Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, where we talk about all news, comics, and media related to the Transformers. On this episode, an IDW comic cover gets turned into fine art. Rise of the Beasts is part of Peru's Independence Day celebration, and another classic bit of G1 history from Wally Burr goes into the online archive. Today is Friday, August 4th, 2023, and this is episode 349 of Transmissions Alt Mode.
Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, the podcast that decided to tear down our well-known brand and rename ourselves for the lols. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team, or should I say X team? Jeremy,
X is
aka...
taken.
Oh, okay, all right.
Why?
The Y team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
Scott, the illustrious Dr. Pants.
Hello, everyone.
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Yo. Let's talk Transformers.
As always, we start off the show by thanking our Donatrons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for your continued support. We really appreciate it, and it helps keep the show going. As part of the perks you get for being a Donatron, you get access to bonus content. You get to watch us record the show live. You get entered into our contests automatically, and you get some merchandise at the higher levels as well. So lots of good stuff to become a Donatron. If you'd like to become one, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. That's where you can sign up. Speaking of that bonus content, you can check out all the episodes of our bonus show, We Like Big Bots. That's on our Patreon page, featuring Daryl and Dr. Pants. And they are about to get back into the studio and record some more stuff in about a month or so when Daryl gets back from his trip from outer space. So we're going to lose Daryl for about a month here, but he'll be back in a little while. So, don't worry. Daryl's okay. He's coming back. He's not off the show. He'll be back. Also, we've got bonus content from our Transformers live play RPG podcast, Empire of Rust. This week, we had the regular version of episode 106, the Skies You'll Soar. And we've got the big season finale, season-ending battle that's continuing in Empire of Rust. I believe this is the end of season 2. I'll have to check with Mike if that's what's happening. The next few episodes are I think ending season 2. But big battle, big stuff happening there. Check it out. Transmissionspodcast.com/rust. And then this Monday, August 6th, you'll get the next episode, Empire of Rust, episode 107. But this is the bonus, uncut, extra episode that's only available to our Donatrons from the Patreon page. So if you are a Donatron, you'll get access to that immediately. But if you are not, you'll just have to wait another week to get episode 107. So take care of that. Also, before we move on with the rest of the show, remember it's August, so we've got a new code for Toyhax. So now the code for our 15% off discount at toyhax.com, use that code TFMP08. Again, that code is TFMP08, and that will get you 50% off all your orders at toyhax.com throughout the month of August. And you can take advantage of that. You cannot combine that with any other promo codes, but you can use that with your Robo points and with your gift certificates. And you can see Jeremy took advantage of that to get some stickers for his Nemesis Prime, his G1 knockoff Nemesis Prime. So it works.
Yeah.
By the way, I just have to check. Is Empire of Rust renewed for season 3?
Negotiations are ongoing.
Okay.
Not if it has to be a unanimous decision.
You're get out of here.
We're dealing with the union.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a thing. Okay, I just need to know, because I will say Empire of Rust got me through that 6-hour drive to TFCon, and I'm just about caught up, and I'm gonna need more.
Yeah, I'm sure something will be worked out. I don't know if we can give them a pay raise though.
He's being paid?
Well,
no.
we can increase the percentage of their royalties, because 10% of zero is still zero.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. I think we'll be having Mike on probably later this month, so he can give us some tease if what if anything is happening with season 3. So we'll make sure to ask about that. So. All right. Now let's jump into some comics news. Okay, just one bit of comics news this week, but it's a cool one. We've got some art from the More Art Gallery, and so they do a lot of Transformers themed art prints. And this one is based on the cover of Optimus Prime #2, the IDW comic Optimus Prime #2, that was done by Casey Coller several years ago. So this is art. It's featuring kind of the young acolyte bots who came from the colony worlds to join up with Optimus Prime. These were all the young idealistic bots. They were all kind of different, different characters taken from different lines. There was a couple of like a Micromaster combiner team. There was Beast Wars characters, and they were all just kind of blended in as John Barber kind of scooped them up and used them as some young point of view characters for the Optimus Prime comic. So this cover is kind of homaging that, showing how they're all devoted to Optimus Prime, where his profile is in the background there. So these are the new colonist recruits, as it mentions here. So the colors are by Joanna LaFuente. I think it's a really neat cover. It showcases Casey Coller's artwork. So if you are interested in having something like this, looks like it's about $52 US to pick this up. I think they ship all over the world, so there's different. The prices will vary depending on your locality.
It's coming from the UK.
Okay.
It says free shipping everything over 75 pounds, which is about $95 US.
Okay. Yeah, so check that out, and we'll have to see what Casey thinks of having his print sold like this. I'm sure he's enthusiastic about that. So
they did link his Instagram here and have a bio. I'm sad that they didn't do the same for Joanna.
Yeah,
colors are half of the image.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and particularly the color scheme here with like the faded like poster, the propaganda poster artwork is definitely a really real draw for this image. So yeah, definitely colorists do not get their due as much as they should. So. But yeah, you can check this out. I hope that they both are getting compensated for this, with some royalties or something.
Probably not. It's comic artist.
That's true.
Yeah. But it is officially licensed. Hasbro's taking all the money.
Yeah. All right. That's all our comics news. So we will move on to media news.
All right. And in media news this week, we've got Transformers Rise of the Beast special edition. So the movie is going to get a special edition for Peru. And there's a couple of theaters that have been announced for this. Peru is getting this special edition because a significant amount of the movie was filmed there. So they're getting a nice little new special edition of the movie. So it's 29 minutes of extra content, deleted scenes, behind the scenes, and special thanks for the Peruvian audience. So that's very cool. It will be available from July 27th, which has passed, to August the 2nd, which has passed. So it's to coincide with Peru's Independence Day celebration, which is on the 28th of July, which has passed. So
they enjoyed it.
Fun. I hope it was fun, and that people the extra content and stuff was really fun. Up next, we've got the Rise of the Beast is available for streaming on Paramount Plus. I assumed it was out everywhere, but I guess Paramount Plus was the last place to get it. So it's now available there. And if you were waiting for Paramount Plus to get it to watch it, then it's there.
Well, I mean, it was available for digital purchase everywhere. Now, this is if you subscribe, you get it.
Okay.
They want to get people to pay for it first before they put it on Paramount Plus, where you don't have to pay extra once you're subscribed there.
Right. Okay. I see. So yeah, it's available there now on Paramount Plus. So watch it there, or don't. So we alluded to it in the opening that some stuff from Wally Burr's archive is being Wally Burr's collection of stuff is being archived, and this is it. We've got the Sunbow archive, Sunbow Marvel archive, grabbing and showing off some of Wally Burr's stuff. This is paperwork that he had, full scripts, call sheets for 5 Faces of Darkness, parts 2 through 5, and the Killing Jar. This is handwritten dialogue for John Machida Jr.'s ADR session and 5 Faces of Darkness Part 3, covering Blur, Wheelie, and a Quintesson Judge. A second set of Transformer audition sheets, non-Transformer audition sheets for roles won by the following Transformer alumni in chronological order: Michael Bell, Corey Burton, Susan Blue, Peter Cullen, Gary Chalk, Scott McNeil, and Tara Strong. So a lot of really cool stuff here that you can go through and see. This stuff has all been added to the Sunbow archive, and it's neat. This is all back in the early 80s. Everything was kept handwritten, and no computers. It's neat to see all this stuff kind of worked out like this.
All right. Well, that's all for media news. So let's move on to convention news.
All right. And we're probably going to spend a little bit of time with this. At San Diego Comic-Con, TFW 2005 got to spend some time with Evan from the Transformers team at Hasbro. And there were some interesting things that came up that weren't necessarily toy related. So we wanted to kind of talk about some of these. And there was just lots of interesting stuff here. So actually, this was the whole Hasbro team, not just Evan. They started off with talking about the Gamer Edition toys, but then they go in to ask about the Activision Transformer games. And the answer was that Activision isn't sure what hard drives they're on in the building, and said, like, when a company eats a company that eats a company, things get lost, and that's very frustrating. Hope that now the deal is more moving forward with Microsoft and Xbox, that they'll go through all the archives and every hard drive to find it all, because it's an easy Game Pass ad. We want these games back for people to have a chance to play. So that whole statement hurts me as someone that works in enterprise IT. The whole hard drive thing, that it is on some storage system that they have there, or some backup tapes or something. A company doesn't just delete source code and everything, but it does. I do agree that it's probably lost right now, and I am hoping that once Microsoft does buy Activision, they'll be able to find it, because putting it on Game Pass would just be such a win. So many people would be able to play the games again.
I mean, I don't think it's surprising they lost them, only because, like, how long's it been since those games came out? And
Right.
they were probably thinking, like, we're never going to do anything with these games ever again.
Well, I mean, and also the studio, High Moon Studios, that created those games went under. So, like, probably High Moon Studios had like an infrastructure, but then when they get shut down,
But they
their
were
assets
owned by Activision, so they went under in that Activision kind of took over everything.
Yeah, well, Activision isn't exactly known for great business practices either. So,
But yeah, but they did say they were asked about having some of the game assets and stuff, like going into making those Gamer Edition toys. Sam from the team actually loaded up the games on older gaming platforms because there were some details that they couldn't find. They have the CAD, but they aren't color. So they had to find some of the character details by playing the games. And for Fall of Cybertron, they have all the game assets, but for War for Cybertron, they had to rip it themselves. So, apparently Activision kept sending them concept art instead of the final versions. So he said they booted up an old computer and just ripped them all out of there.
That could have been cool, though. Like,
I'm sure there were plenty of people in the fandom that could have helped with that process.
They could have just bought the Planet X toys.
Well, yeah. Or,
I mean, no.
I mean, if only it was on Steam still. But they were asked about Activision or High Moon being involved with coming up with the idea of the Gamer Edition, and they weren't, because Hasbro says they own the rights to the games. They were licensed to be produced, but Hasbro owns it. So they said that they took that from Star Wars. They looked at what they were doing with the Black Series, and there were gamer things there, and they saw a natural place inside the Studio Series. So that was really cool. And interesting that they actually own the games. So if they had the source files and everything, they could go to any game studio and just release it, apparently. But I'm really hoping the thing with Microsoft, if they're able to find it, because Game Pass makes it so easy. You can subscribe for a month and you get all these games.
Big plug for Game Pass. One of the best things to happen to gaming in a long time.
Yeah. And then they were asked if they would ever consider comic publishers as studios, and they could live in the Studio Series segment. And the answer led to a back and forth on the subject, but it seems that Hasbro may be interested in something like this. So, Charles, comic characters in Studio Series?
I mean, that's fine. I wouldn't say no to that. I would love to have like focus on like get all the DJD, get a Star Drive. Basically every character Alex Milne ever created.
Yeah.
Make a Studio Series version of that.
We need the Star Drive.
Yeah.
We need to play with that.
I also want to bring up that one of the first things they mentioned in the interview is they could pull from any game, that they've even talked about doing stuff for the Mystery of Convoy.
Yes.
And like, yes, do that. Or N64 Transmetal figures. Give me that, please.
They need to just let what's the company that does the like non-transforming small action figures? The retro
Super 7?
No.
The reaction figures?
Reaction figures. Yeah, they should just give them the license to do like a small little pixelated or the Convoy game.
I mean, yeah, but I also kind of want a big Commander class Ultra Magnus done in NES pixel colors. Like, give me that.
All right. Well, moving on. There was some talk about animated. That's just all about. Well, it said there were a lot of Transformers animated characters that went unmade. Asking about making them, but they were like, they're always on the table. I think of as we approach our 40th, there's a lot of stuff to pull from. We want to celebrate every fandom. And they always say that every series that comes out is somebody's first entry into the franchise, whether it's live action, a video game, animated, RID 2001, and then some other series. I like that they said RID 2001 because on the figures they're like 2000. I think they said 2000 in there because when it came out in Japan. Like going back into some of the more anime or the media stuff, they asked about the new complete G1 soundtrack and not just select pieces, and they said 40th anniversary seems like a good place to do that. So we're probably gonna get soundtrack at some point. And then we get into with Evan specifically, trying to find some of the media related stuff. There will be a studio series Transformer 1, or he said it certainly counts as available for studio series. So big surprise, a theatrical animated movie is going to get toys. That might be about it for. Someone has asked what are legacy figures you'd most like to do. Choose one from every universe you can think of. He said for IDW, he wants Pharma, the evil science robot. Let's see. For ID 2001, he wanted Team Bullet Train or the Build Team. I think Daryl would go for a Bullet Train, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give me a Rail Racer.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
And then he said for Cybertron, Megatron, because he's a triple changer. And for Beast Wars, Quick Strike, he said it'd be fun to do in core class. That seems sad. Quick Strike needs to be bigger.
Quick Strike was a basic though. He was small as a toy, and he was small in the show.
Oh, he was?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was bigger.
No, he was. No. Quick Strike was small.
Okay,
little guy.
Yeah, he was
Wouldn't mind him as a
Scorpion Cobra fusor.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind him as a deluxe.
I think you could do him fine as a core class. He was pretty simple to transform too. So, but listen, if it has to be core class and we get more Beast Wars, fine.
Right.
I just don't think the parts count in core class would allow for a decent Quick Strike.
Yeah. We need to go back and tell ourselves from the toy show this week that this Death Source is definitely going to release this December.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And let's see I think that's it for all the media news in there, but we'll have a link to this full thing. They actually give actual answers to questions, which I'm impressed with.
Mm-hmm. They said Ape Link retool for a studio series.
I mean, he said we have to do that, and that we normally don't get these types of answers. So, awesome that they're this candid, and they're starting to be more open with the fandom. So check out this interview. There's lots of interesting stuff in here. I'm just excited about the possibility of the games being reissued. I think that will be greatly appreciated by the fandom.
With working multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's a whole other basket of nothing. I guess I don't do any of the online gaming stuff. I just own the games. That's, I just buy the games and then I have them so I can play them that way.
But new people that want to play the games,
or
you have to get like a Xbox or PC physical version that's not for sale anymore,
or PS3. Yes. And I'll say this, if you have the 360 version, good luck having a version that still works or a 360 that still works, because those things did not last.
Oh, I need to test mine.
PS3 copies of the games are not super easy to come by, and working PS3s are not lasting very much either. It's the problem that they're on systems that are not produced anymore, and they're not produced themselves. So if it's anybody who didn't have it and wants it now, plus if you release it on Game Pass, you just open it up to a whole lot of people, and it's good advertising for the figures themselves.
Right. Yeah, because Game Pass is available on the Xbox consoles, but also PCs.
And you can stream it to a mobile device.
Yes. I'm all about the game streaming because my hardware sucks.
Hard drive space sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we will finish up the show with some feedback. Okay, just one piece of feedback in alt mode, and this comes from Stuart again. He's been commenting a lot on our YouTube videos. So, Stuart, thanks for your feedback. This one I think is a little bit for Daryl here, because this is the we had mentioned about Lorenzo de Bonaventura, that interview we had last week. And he says, with regards to Mr. de Bonaventura's remarks, allow me to quote the great Dr. Cyril Wecht. What was said because it was the political truth. And he says, you're right, Charles. That was a whole lot of nothing, but what did he really say? Yeah, I mean, so yeah, but what's the point of publishing the article then?
For the clicks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
They are planning more movies in the live action movie franchise, and there will be Transformers and possibly G.I. Joe characters and possibly humans and Transformers working together to fight bad guys.
Wow. I'm shocked.
That was all the information that you got in that de Bonaventura interview.
Yeah.
What a waste.
The quote or him as a person?
Both.
All right.
Oh, also, I do want to, Daryl, I do want to mention just that I was chatting with John Paul Bove on Discord last week, and he also appreciated your bashing of Lorenzo de Bonaventura. So he was watching alt mode and thoroughly enjoying that. So he says just listen to alt mode. I adored the Lorenzo comments. Don't change. Just stay the hell away from Transformers. He loved that. So you've got a fan in John Paul Bove. So.
John Paul's great. I think he should be on the show soon, shouldn't he? He needs to come back. It's been a while.
Yep. That might be happening very soon.
Yes, too bad you're going to be gone.
Yeah.
I think one of the last times he was on, I was there too, and oh my god, is he a blast? He's so much
force
fun.
of nature.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, that takes us to the end of this episode of Transmissions Alt Mode. Again, want to thank Dr. Pants for joining us this week for both the Toy Show and for Alt Mode. So why don't you tell everyone where they can find you online?
You can find me. My home on the internet is Nerdstradamus, which you can find our link tree. It's Nerdstradamus. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/Nerdstradamus. That's where most of our output is. We're on all the socials, Twitter or X or whatever the crap it's called now, Facebook, Instagram. We have been posting a lot on TikTok lately, so you can find us there. Once again, it is Nerdstradamus. And if you don't know what we do, it's just a bunch of guys doing dumb things. It was originally a gaming channel. I don't know what it is anymore. There's music videos. There's robots. We did a spam taste test recently. That'll be a video we made where a couple of our friends made homemade spam and we got to try it. That was fun. Anyway, you should watch it. So, Nerdstradamus, check it out.
All right. And of course, at the end of every episode, we give a shout out to our masterpiece donatrons. These are the folks who continue to support the podcast at our highest level on Patreon. So thank you once again to John 4X Lamagood and Demon Tech 82. You guys are awesome. That's why we give you a mention in every episode. So thank you, everyone, for watching and listening. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.